What is up, Jokers? Welcome back to a brand new Joker origin movie update. And now this one is quite an interesting topic because Alec Baldwin has been cast as Thomas Wayne in the Joker, Joaquin Phoenix's Joker film. Now this has been rumored for quite a while. If you've been following my Joker update videos on this movie, it's been rumored that Thomas Wayne would be in this movie somehow, and that got a lot of people speculating for the longest time. You know, are they going to do some kind of, you know, like Jack Napier, and how Jack Napier was responsible for killing Bruce's parents before? Are they going to do something with Joaquin Phoenix's Joker before or after he's the Joker in the film? Will he be responsible for killing Bruce Wayne's parents or something like that? So in today's video, I want to break down, give all my opinions on what I think of this, because they've also given a kind of vibe for us, or like there's some rumors about what the character could be like. But this movie, the Joker origin movie, is filming in only a couple of weeks. It's actually coming together very, very soon, and I'm very, very excited for it. So before I get into this video, guys, if you want to stay up to date with more videos just like this on the Joker origin movie and other comic book nerdy news, be sure to subscribe to the channel for more updates. And of course, go ahead and like the video if you do enjoy it, as it really does show support for the channel and helps this video out. I believe this comes from Deadline, and I believe they actually gave us a little painting of what he could look like from their sources. They say that sources say that the script paints Thomas Wayne as a cheesy and tanned businessman who is in more of the mold of a 1980s Donald Trump, which is very interesting. So this has got me thinking quite a lot. As for Alec Baldwin, I'm absolutely fine with that. I'm absolutely fine with Thomas Wayne being in the film as well. I mean, check out my older videos. There's been some crazy fan theories out there, even to the extent of the fact that what if the Joker, or like this film, is trying to make the Joker and Bruce's relationship one day, you know, when they might be going head to head as the Joker and Batman, a lot more intimate. What if their connection is more intimate than what we ever thought in this Elseworlds universe, in terms of they're actually brothers? And now, but I'm not going to go crazy in depth about that. The cliff notes are literally that Thomas Wayne slept with, obviously, Joaquin Phoenix's mother, also known apparently as Arthur Fleck in the film before he becomes a Joker. His mother, if you look at the character descriptions, is obsessed with her former employer, blah blah blah, cannot believe that her life came to this, blah blah blah. So what if it's the situation of, you know, she was once in the employ of Thomas Wayne, they kind of had a little fling, maybe it was before Martha, who knows, because Joaquin Phoenix would be quite a bit older than Bruce Wayne in this film. You kind of get the drift. She kind of probably got slung to the side, didn't think her life would be like that. Maybe she thought she would get married to Thomas, maybe. And ever since then has perhaps been a little bit obsessed. And then, you know, at some point in the film, Joaquin kind of learns that he's the half-brother of Bruce Wayne. That may not get out to like Gotham level news, but it might be a bit, you know, tying the screw loose in his head a little bit along the development of his unwinding of Arthur Fleck into the Joker. But I truly do believe, and what people really need to remember, is that this isn't a part of the DCU. They're going to try and do something different in terms of it's going to be an Elseworld story, in a Mirrorverse story, whatever you want to call it, some kind of freaking other thing. It's going to be a new adaptation, a gritty character study on the Joker, which doesn't necessarily have to line up with the canon in your head, because I know there's got to be some people who say stuff about this film, or even leading up to it, being like, that's not the way it should go, blah blah blah. It's not about that. Think more Logan. They're kind of trying to do something like with the Joker, as they did with Logan. Logan wasn't strictly, don't flame me for this, but I know it wasn't obviously in complete continuity with things. Hugh Jackman even said that they just wanted to do a story that was right. It was mature. It was very character focused. It was basically just Logan, and people loved it to the point where the average moviegoer, you didn't have to be a comic book fan to truly enjoy the character film that was Logan. It was just incredible on so many different levels. If you've seen it, you will know what I'm on about. Not everyone agrees, obviously, but think that, but with the Joker, they're trying to get the average moviegoer who's maybe not comic book obsessed to think, oh my god, this film has got Joaquin Phoenix in it. This film has got Robert De Niro. It's now got Alec Baldwin. Like Zazie Beetz. Do you know what I mean? They're trying to create something new, original, mature, gritty, and thinking, holy shit, that was a dark but interesting story. Not necessarily the Ace Chemicals Joker or something like that, but something new but respectable. Something that shouldn't make fans go, that's not the way it's done. Or even if they go, that's not the way it's done, they still think, holy shit, that film was pretty dark and pretty good. I like that. So I find Alec Baldwin a very interesting choice in the terms of how they say, you know, Thomas Wayne is a cheesy and tanned businessman who is more of the mold of a 1980s Donald Trump. And I think he will be somewhat of an antagonist in this film to Arthur Fleck, you know, or, you know, the Joker, mirroring, you know, Joaquin Phoenix. I think he might not be the antagonist because I think this film is going to introduce a series of events, potentially, including Robert De Niro's talk show and stuff like that. But he might be one of the things that might make him snap, or just one of the things that is basically going along the lines of a series of unfortunate events for our Joker until we see him actually pop out and all crazy, right? The thing is, this wouldn't necessarily be the first time we've seen the Waynes, or in particular just Thomas Wayne in this film, you know, portrayed differently than the Thomas Wayne we kind of know and love, right? I really liked what the Telltale series Batman did with the Waynes. Bruce kind of learned that his parents were actually basically criminals. I can't remember off the top of my head, but the Waynes weren't perfect. And at the end of the day, Bruce wouldn't have seen that side. He still had his parents who loved him, but that doesn't mean in every adaptation, especially in an Elseworlds movie like this, Thomas Wayne, just like the Telltale series, and I'm sure other things as well, I can't remember off the top of my head, but can be outside to Bruce Wayne, or could be seen charitable to a lot of Gotham City, but could still be under the cut doing some dodgy things, doing many dodgy things as a businessman. And I think he will get his wires crossed somehow with Arthur Fleck in this film. Now, I'm not saying that Joaquin Phoenix is going to kill him. I think that'd be interesting, but maybe it's a bit too predictable, and it's what Jack Napier did anyway. They could tie that in there, but just having Thomas Wayne in this film, Alec Baldwin's Thomas Wayne, is connection enough to, you know, the whole Batman thing one day. I know some people could be freaking out saying like, how can, you know, Arthur Fleck be this much older than if Thomas Wayne is in this film, then that means Bruce must be like 7, 8, 9 or something like that. He might be 10, 11, 12. It might be the year that Thomas Wayne dies in 1981 or 1980. I think this is set in 1981. Yeah, it is. This might turn a few people off because, you know, Joaquin Phoenix is going to be playing more of like a mid-30s, early 40s Joker. So, you know, I'm already hearing comments saying, but that means when Bruce is Batman, he's going to be in his 50s or blah, blah, blah. But then again, that's not so important to me. You look at Batman or like Jack Nicholson's Joker, he was in his 50s when he was the Joker, and, you know, it's just, you can get around that. And this is where I think people, as I said, will end up respecting the film if it's very good, and then get over the whole canon and continuity, that the way they think it should be lined up, the way they think the bowling pin should be pinned up in their heads. It's going to be, or I just want to keep saying is Logan, but the Joker, Joaquin Phoenix's Joker movie. So in terms of Logan, and I do think it's a perfect example here, Joaquin Phoenix's Joker movie could be doing the same thing. It's more of that esque kind of feel to it, like with what they did with Logan. A mature story and a gritty character study about a man who gets disregarded by society and becomes the crazy villain known as the Joker. Like, as I said, the cast, Joaquin Phoenix, Robert De Niro, Zazie Beetz, Alec Baldwin, and probably more people. It's just going to be, they're aiming for this one fascinating freaking picture that's going to be sensational, like Logan was. I keep saying Logan, I know. So I don't know, make Thomas Wayne a dick. Like, this is going to be through the eyes of the Joker, right? So we're going to see a side to Thomas Wayne potentially where he is somewhat of an antagonist. We're going to see this rough side to him, which potentially sets up his death. Even if we don't see the death, we might know it happens that year. Or maybe at the end of the movie, the Joker might be looking at a newspaper and it says Thomas Wayne is dead or something like that, and we might know or have a few clues as to how that unfolded, but it doesn't matter because it's not a part of this film. Throw it out the way, but that's our connection to the Batman. Show Joaquin going to strip clubs, doing gigs, having failed gigs, and stuff like that. Showing the rough, gritty side of life. Have him showing him looking after his mother. Maybe there's a connection there. Maybe he is the half-brother. Have him finally get that gig on Robert De Niro's talk show. I can't remember who was cast as the agent, but have him, you know, that guy gets in contact with him, maybe sees him at one of these clubs he's doing his stand-up gigs at, gets a gig on Robert De Niro's talk show. That kind of goes wrong. It's going to be gritty. It's going to be real, and I feel like people are going to respect it despite the whole, that might not necessarily be how it happens. What? You're making Thomas Wayne into a douchebaggy, Trumpy kind of vibe businessman who may be a bit crooked? Yeah, why not? Why not do this? I think people may be a bit really sensitive to this because it's the Joker and it's their character and they can't imagine anything being, you know, slightly changed to it. But I think this film is really going to impress people, and I know how can you say that? I've just got the feeling, I've got the vibe here, knowing some of these actors really inside out as well, and knowing that some of them wouldn't have signed on to this unless it was something that would kind of change the game for DC in terms of like singular films, i.e. Logan and stuff like that, with what they want to do with the Joker, especially with Joaquin Phoenix. I really feel like he's going to portray a really, really downward slope, insane screw loose, bit by screw falling out along this movie. And it's just like, duh, Boba, but that's what it's going to be about. But yes, I know, but Joaquin's going to do that good, trust me. And now we've got Alec Baldwin as Thomas Wayne, and it's just going to be so fascinating to see how his part in this film is going to play. Will there be a link to, you know, Arthur Fleck, his mother, and, you know, I don't know, 2 decades ago where she may have slept with Thomas Wayne. She kind of wasn't right for him. He found Martha after that, and it kind of went from there. And then Joaquin had like, sorry, the Joker's upbringing had a rough life. He moves back into his mother's apartment to look after her. Maybe her dying words are like, you know, your real father is this person. But it could just go so many directions. But I would love to know, guys, if we're now getting Alec Baldwin as Thomas Wayne, which we are, do you want that to be the only connection to Batman? Because that's, you know, it ties. We're not getting Batman in this film, but do you want to see a 12-year-old Bruce Wayne as well accompanying this? I would love to hear everything. If you like this video, I'd really appreciate it if you hit that like button, as it really does show your support for the channel. Be sure to expand the links in the description, guys. I have merch now. It's really, really cool. Go check that out. Check out my Twitter if you don't follow me already. But other than that, guys, that is everything. Can't wait to find out more stuff as this film starts shooting very, very soon. It's going to be absolutely amazing. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.